Hello and welcome to CGNgames and the Late Night Gaming Show, episode 44. Jodie, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Not too shabby, a little bit tired, but ready to get into some of that sweet gaming news. The bit, the nectar that we drink from the flower of gaming goodness, that sustains us.
And then it gets poisoned by Fallout.
It's funny you should mention that because Fallout is back in the news. No! And with that, we're going to be moving straight into our first section, which is what we've been playing this week.
What you been playing this week?
Welcome back. It's time for what have we been playing this week. Jodie, what have you been up to on this glorious January week?
I've been playing. I was going to say Fallout, but I'm not. I've been playing Sims 4 as normal. Got to get that addiction fixed. Then I have been playing Spyro. I even played Dragon Ball Z Legends. There's a mobile app. Just a few minutes ago. Had to just perk it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
And then we've been playing. I said Spyro. Did I say Spyro?
You did say
Spyro.
Played Spyro twice.
Yes, played Spyro twice. I'm number 2 Spyro now, so we're working on that slowly. And I got Kingdom Hearts 3.
Nice.
We had to go with that last night. It was alright.
So, we know that General Game Shop to Scumbags. Talk us through your purchase experience of that. It's quite an interesting story.
Yes. So I walked into the shop, right, and the guy was stood at the front like they normally are, trying to entice you in anyway. So he was like, "Do you need some help?" And I was like, "I just come to get Kingdom Hearts 3. And he says, "Okay, we've got some at the back." So he gets out the Deluxe Edition, like the big edition.
And obviously you know what's in the Deluxe Edition because you watched previously the unboxing of the limited edition PS4 Pro that came with the Deluxe Edition that we put up on the show. Well, not on the show, on the channel a couple of days ago. Yeah. Obviously that's what happened.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't need an art book, I don't need a pin, I don't need all that stuff. And so I said to him, I went, "Have you not just got the single version, like it's on its own?" And he just said, he went, "No, they're all pre-orders on the side." And I just went, "Oh, but you're going to have a lot of them, so can I just not have one?" He went, "No, you've got to go and pre-order it." So he made me, in the store, go to the website, pre-order the single edition, and I was just like, this is ridiculous, and I had to wait 10 minutes for it to go through. And then he finally gave it to me, and then he tried to sell me a pot figure on top of it that I was fuming about.
Which one was it? Was it a specific one?
It was one to do with Kingdom Hearts. So I was like, no. So that was my experience. And then I was looking at, because they had a list of, they're trying to get rid of all these Nintendo consoles, all the old ones. And he was like, "Do you want one?" I went, "No, bye." And then just left. A scumbag move he tried to pull.
I've never heard of anything like that in my life. No? That's just the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, he said they're sold out of it unless it's pre-ordered.
We checked, when Jodie told me, I checked on the website straight away and it said they had loads of stock in, like, what are you talking about, mate? It's just weird.
Yeah. It's because I'm a woman, that's what it is. They think I don't know what I'm talking about.
Sexism at its finest, eh?
Yeah.
Well, so we'll be getting into some Kingdom Hearts stuff later. Given our first impressions, because I barely played it, even though I have the limited edition PS4 Pro, which I unboxed and put up on the channel, which you definitely check out, which I'm going to say about 5 times throughout the show. So for me, I completely forgot that I was like, I don't think I've played that much this week. Of course, I played Resident Evil 2. We had a collector's edition, which we unboxed and put up on the channel, so go and check that out if you haven't seen it already. I'll plug that 3 more times as we go through the show. I was a little bit excited about it, but I was a bit cautious.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't know how over the top it was going to be. I blasted through that in a couple of days. Absolutely loved it. Started playing it again. Because you play through the main there's technically two campaigns. Not really, they lie. But basically, you can play as either as the Leon Kennedy, who's like the main guy, or Claire Redfield, who's like the main girl. So you can play as either one of them and you play through the whole story as that person. So you can play through, I played through Leon first, and then you can play again as Claire, but then there's like a few changes. There's a few different characters in the story. But you play through it's very confusing because like you start off in the police station, that's like your first main place. You go around doing all this stuff, and Claire's like outside, can't get in. And then you think, oh, the second campaign's gonna be like, what did she do? How did she survive outside the police? But then you play through the Claire one, and it just does it exactly the same as Leon. So this time Leon's stuck outside, and you're in, and I'm like, so it's two completely different stories, but they don't link up because it just doesn't make sense, and it annoyed me.
That annoyed me.
So it's essentially the same game but with a different character. There's like a few little tweaks, and there's like a few different rooms that you can't get in as Leon, but you can as Claire, and then there's a few different characters. It's a bit poo, but it's replayability in it. There's still a few different things to see and enjoy. But I'm gonna be doing a full review of that, which I completely forgot about. So that's gonna be on the coffin. But I'm excited because I enjoyed it. So I played that mainly, and then obviously Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and I played. In terms of gameplay, about 10 minutes. Apparently I played it for 40 minutes because there's just a million cutscenes. So I've only played it a tiny amount. But that's basically been my week. And I finally finished off the roofs. So we added some extra lights to the backdrop here, which looks beautiful.
Yeah, I know it looks boss.
And then I rewired basically the whole office, which took a long time.
We'll think about doing a room tour for it, but
yeah, but
depends what mood we're in later.
well, I think it's finished now. I just need to put when the new amiibo come, right? There's new amiibo this month.
You need to put the lights up again.
Yeah, they don't know that, Jodie.
You do now.
Some of the lights fell down, don't matter. But once I get the new amiibo that'll go on that shelf, it might be time for a room tour. But mind you, I need that gold Mega Man, that sweet gold Mega Man.
No.
Anyway, that's what we've been playing this week.
It's
been a fun week.
It has.
And now we're going to move into the sweet, sweet nectar of the gaming plant that we talked about, which is the gaming
The
news.
poison coming with it.
It's time for gaming news.
It's time for some news, yeah. It's time for some news.
Welcome back. It is time for the news, and Jodie, Dom pointing this out to me in the comments, and I told him not to tell anybody else because I wanted you to suffer for a bit of an extended period of time. But now, Jodie, we've got some news.
I've not even looked at the comments.
Well, we've got some news, I know, and Dom informed me of this, and actually, this news came out just after we filmed last week. So you might remember last week we brought up the dreaded news that Fallout 76 was going free to play.
It still hurts to know that.
It does, but I'm delighted to tell you that apparently I think it was the game director, tweeted out that it will in fact not be going free to play.
Praise
Jodie, your purchase
Lord.
is stuff. What I mean, to be fair, you paid full price for it and it went down to like 15 quid in 2 weeks, so it's only a small win on your part. I still think it's going free to play though. I think there's no way it's not.
That's so he doesn't have to give us stuff. That's what it is. The scumbag.
Oh, by the way, I actually got an email from Bethesda this week. So obviously there was the whole Power Armor Edition shenanigans with the bag. Do you remember? You're supposed to get a duffel bag, like a nice canvas duffel bag, and they gave us a little rubbish nylon cheap 2p.
Because they're scumbags, yeah.
Yeah, so they were basically, because there's so much outrage about it, and basically they're going to get sued for like, you know, false advertising. They said they were going to make new bags and give them out. But we also got 500 atoms to spend in the store, which couldn't...
Did I get 500 atoms?
No, because you didn't buy the collector's edition. But Jodie, it's not that, because the big funny joke that was going around was the fact that the 500 atoms wasn't actually enough atoms to buy a canvas bag in the game. So not only did you not get the canvas bag in person, but their way of helping you out was by giving you 500 atoms that doesn't buy a canvas bag in the game. But anyway, so I got an email this week saying that my 500 atoms has arrived in my account, which can buy you almost nothing because it's stupidly expensive. So Jodie, it's time to spend up that sweet, sweet atom money. Honestly, it's such a joke. I literally looked at it and went...
The game bad as Activision. No, not Activision. Who? The ones that are doing all
you're about EA.
That's it.
But Activision have been screwing everyone over in Call of Duty. You know, buy a dot for £1.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But
I think it was last week. you could actually, they put up on the store that you could buy a smiley face for £2. So a dot is one, just in case anybody's keeping up with the current market, a dot is £1, a smiley face is £2. So.
And that's in the sale, so imagine when it's in normal. No, I'm joking.
So there you go. Number 2, this is a really interesting story because everyone will hate me for my perspective on this, but that's okay because I am a strong person and I don't mind what people think. The Epic store is like Epic who make Epic who make Fortnite and make the engine that almost everybody uses these days. They've been putting a lot of money into this Epic store on PC.
Yeah.
Buying up all those sweet exclusives for their stuff. But Metro Exodus, I think, comes out this week. Or no, the week after.
Yeah.
It was up on Steam, which is obviously the biggest marketplace on PC for games. And the game just disappeared off Steam. Where's it gone? Why has it disappeared? Well, it turns out 2 weeks before it comes out, Epic's made a little deal with the people who make Exodus. And now it's an exclusive to the Epic store, so it's just gone off Steam. But if you pre-ordered the game already, you still get it on Steam. They're still honoured. But,
that's nice.
But you can't.
Well done,
but you won't be able to buy it on there now. And I just think it's hilarious because then Steam have been completely silent about what Epic has been doing and all of how they've been operating.
Yeah.
But they had to comment on this one, and they were just like, "We think it's unfair," and all of a sudden I'm like, "I bet you do. I bet you do because you just got screwed over." So, what happened sort of this week since then? People, so you can do reviews of the games on Steam. So they have like a review section for anybody can write a review, and people have been review bombing it. So they've just been giving it zeros, saying that scumbags for doing what they've done. I'm interested to hear what you think about this, but I think what Epic is doing is great. So the reason, and a lot of people will be annoyed because they all love Steam, but Steam has basically had the monopoly on PC gaming for a long time. Like they've had no competition, Steam sales and all that, which is great. So all of the bad practices of Steam has gone unchecked, basically. So like the fact that they have terrible customer service and everything is just like, because they're so cheap and stuff, nobody complains. Whereas now they've got good competition that are getting exclusive games and whatever. I think it's that like PC needed something where it's like you have Xbox and PlayStation 4, they have to compete against each other for your time and your money. Whereas Steam is just basically everybody got games on Steam. Whereas now there's this competition between the two, which can only be good for us as consumers. So I actually think it's something great. But for those people who are obsessed with Steam,
they're going to be well upset.
I understand it though, because if I had a game coming out on Switch, I love my Switch.
Buy boxes, people.
If 2 weeks before the game came out, it just suddenly wasn't coming out on the Switch, it was only coming out on PS4, so I'd be upset about that in a sense. But the situation here is that Steam has no competition, so to me, it's a good start where Steam actually have to think about what they're doing and especially how they treat like smaller developers in terms of the amount of money they give them, like the cut and stuff. So I think it's really good. Don't care what anybody else thinks. What about you, Joe? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? Or
I think it's a good thing. As you already said, like people are going to be complaining about it, especially them Steam people. But it's one of them. It's just healthy competition that needs to be had. And the thing is, as you already said, they've not had competition this far. It's time for someone to step up.
Absolutely.
And clearly Epic are doing that. And
I'm interested to know, because obviously the big draw for developers right now is the fact that, on Steam, I think they get Steam get a 30% cut of the profits, or the overall sales, whereas Epic takes something like 12%. So that's obviously a massive amount of money, really. And Steam's percentage only drops if you sell like a ridiculous amount, like millions of copies, which smaller developers won't. So I just wonder if these developers, and whether Epic is necessarily going out after them, or whether the developers are just going, actually, we're just going to put it on that store so we'll make more money.
I
don't think Epic necessarily have to go out and grab all these games and just do it. So I'm just like, I think it's good for developers. It's good for them. I think the only issue is that it's happened 2 weeks before the pre-orders were up, because obviously it's just all of a sudden, rather if it was like 6 months ago, that's well enough time for people to get that.
Definitely. I think it's good that they're honouring the people that have already done it. I think that's a good thing on both sides. Because if they took that out, they'd be hated completely. So I think they've done the right thing there.
But yeah, but I do find it funny that the review bombing the game on Steam where it's no longer available, like it's going to affect people buying the game. Like, if the game's not on there, no one can buy it, so what's the point? But I just don't see the problem, unless I mean, I've not really touched I'm not major into PC gaming outside of like the few like Xbox games that are cross-platform with the Xbox game for free anyway. When you buy an Xbox game, unless the launcher or whatever is just awful and the games run terrible, I don't see what the issue is. I'm like, if you want the game, just buy it on that. It's not like if a game comes out, like, you know, the scenario I said before where a game just got cut off the Switch and went on PS4, I would have to go out and buy a PlayStation 4 to play that game now, whereas on this you're just downloading another client for free. I don't see what the major issue is, to be honest. But there you go, all you PC nerds out there.
They're so dedicated.
They are, I guess.
So dedicated.
But it's time to give up Steam because it's poo.
It is.
In fact, you know what? Just give up PC gaming and come and do real gaming. I'm only
We're
messing
going to
with
get
you.
so many dislikes this episode.
Mike's so upset with us right now. Alright, we're going to move on from that. I do have Steam. I have probably quite a few hundred games on there, to be fair. I just prefer
He's just confirming that so you don't hate us as much.
But it does suck. Anyway, moving on. I didn't put this in the news last week because I didn't know.
Okay.
I only just found out, but we had a dream, Jodie, at the end of last year. We had a dream that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 would not be the best-selling game of the year. That was our dream.
We did.
We thought it was impossible, but we believed in that dream anyway, and I can confirm that the dream has become a reality.
Well done, gamers.
Red Dead Redemption 2 was the best-selling game of last year.
Well done, gamers.
You know what? People told me it was impossible. People said it won't be done. Call of Duty every year is best-selling game. No longer.
No.
So we just need a game. We just need a game that probably took about 10 years to make. And millions of pounds. We just need one of them games to come out every year. And we're fine.
Yeah.
Do you think we can do it?
This is when it's happening about Red Dead Redemption every day now. We're like,
So,
no.
I'm so happy about that. I can't even
quite
tell you. It's just nice to have a change in it.
It is. It is.
Moving on. This is something just for me. So yesterday I got a nice little surprise. I updated Super Smash Brothers
Nice.
Ultimate for the Switch because it's just amazing. Piranha Plant is now available to play as.
Look at you.
We do have Piranha Plant over there, which also doubles up as a
He's
hand
not.
puppet.
He's not.
No.
Pointing at
He's
me.
over
There's
there.
actually a.
It's just off camera, but it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. But yeah, I played him briefly, and it's so funny. He's got like his plant pot. He's in his plant pot, but he has little tiny feet that come out the bottom of the plant pot, like little nubs, and they go.
That's quite cute.
It's so funny. So, if you will have missed it now if you haven't, but basically, if you bought the game by the 31st of January, you got it as a free character. There you go. I don't know if you might get it if you buy the season pass, but I don't know if you do. I cannot confirm that. So there you go. Moving on. There was a bit of a whoopsie. A whoopsie took place.
Oh.
It's always good when a whoopsie takes place
It is.
because good things come out of whoopsies pretty much. But THQ Nordic, who make Darksiders, did a whoopsie. They accidentally somehow put up a trailer on their website of the original Darksiders War Master Edition for Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
Went up there and then disappeared a few minutes later. So that was a whoopsie, but we can confirm it's coming out. I really hope it comes out really soon because I'm well up for playing that. It's a total rip-off of Zelda, but it's still good.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend a purchase of that when it comes out. Hopefully it's not very expensive because you can get it on PlayStation for about £5. Moving on. Our final one, and again, we had a dream about loot boxes.
We did.
We decided one day, no more loot boxes in Belgium.
Tim.
No more loot boxes in Belgium.
Give us the news. Give us the news, Tim.
No more loot boxes in Belgium. That was the dream. Not in the UK, not anywhere, just in Belgium. And I can confirm today, EA, they lost. So all the other game companies are like, you know what, it's the law now. So in Belgium, they don't allow loot boxes because they count it as gambling. But EA was like, no, we want loot boxes because it makes us millions and millions. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow, millions of pounds. So it was mainly due to FIFA That was the whole FIFA
Yeah,
coins
there's
thing.
some bad stuff coming out of FIFA.
So my favourite part of this whole thing was that they asked the public to fight on their behalf to keep loot boxes. Yes, let's all rally behind EA and fight for the right to spend obscene amounts of money with no actual guarantee of anything good in return. Yes, please. But they officially gave up, and they put out a statement saying that all of you will not be able to buy FIFA points anymore. It's going off the store forever. But you will still be able to play Ultimate Team, but you'll have to earn all your currency, basically, in Belgium. What a shame. To be honest with you, I think if you're still playing FIFA Ultimate Team today, shame on you anyway, because it sucks.
It does.
But it's just nice. Belgium leading the way.
FIFA in general just sucks.
It does.
I hesitate saying that. You don't know the feedback, the last back I'll get off that way anyway.
But yeah, I hope that this spreads now. I hope that loot boxes just illegal everywhere. That'd be beautiful.
Definitely.
It's my dream. That's the new dream. What country do we want it to go from next? We've had Belgium. Algeria. No loot boxes in Algeria. That is my declaration.
Is that one of those countries you found today?
It's the first one that popped in my head. No. Alright. That is the end of the news. Algeria will prevail when it comes to loot boxes. So there you go. That's all I have to say. Moving on, it's time for what is out this week.
Can someone tell me what's out this week? Hey-oh.
Welcome back. It's time for what is out this week. As always, I'm going to give you the top games coming out this week, and then Jodie will give you the lowdown on what is pick of the week, I guess. I said that really weird, but I can't redeem it. I tried my best.
I tried to redeem you as well, but it didn't work.
So as always, yes, I will give you the best games. Jodie will pick out the best one, which you should spend your hard-earned cash on. This week is a weird week because it's weird stuff. There's weird stuff coming out this week. So we have this weird gap now. Generally, like, we're at the first half of February. It's like everybody's holding off the games for the very end of February and especially March. They just chuck them all in because it's nearly the end of the financial year. So just like, get the money in, get the money in. So, I have 3 games for you, all of which I don't care about. And we're going to start off with the most important one, which is, of course, Monster Energy Supercross 2. So it's a dirt bike racing game, clearly sponsored by Monster Energy, or made by Monster Energy. I have heard it is not good. Moving on, we have, I don't even know how to say this, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. We have got a Train Odyssey Nexus. What I gathered from this game, it's a RPG that I don't care about.
Okay.
Enjoy that one. And then finally, we have got number 3, which is The Book of Unwritten Tales 2 for Nintendo Switch, which is a point and click adventure. Jodie, what is a point and click adventure? It is where you wander around, pick up stuff, and go, oh, I need to fix a puzzle, but I can't figure it out. So I go on a wiki online, it gives me the answers, and then I progress through the story.
Okay.
Well, the old style was like that. New ones are not as difficult.
But you still go and check anyway.
But this one, yeah, basically you go, this doesn't make sense. I've got an orb. Where do I put the orb? You look up online, it goes, oh, you need to travel 3 minutes that way and put it in a frog's mouth. And you go, why? Don't know, but that's the solution to the puzzle. So that is The Book of Unwritten Tales 2. So Jodie, out of these 3 games, what game do people buy? Is it Monster Energy Supercross 2? Is it a Train Odyssey Nexus? Or is it The Book of Unwritten Tales 2?
I'm just going to have to go with the dirt bike game. Like, I mean, at least you can have a bit of fun in that, you know what I mean? The other 2 sound a bit boring.
From what I saw, I watched a bit of this on Angry Joe.
Okay.
And it had a problem where you go off jumps and the rider would just randomly just let go of the motorbike and the physics in it was completely off. So it just torpedo into the sky and fly off all over the place. So you could get a bit of enjoyment out of that. So there you go. That's all I have to say on this week's gaming. It's coming out this week. So, moving on. we're going to move into section 5, which is reviews of the week.
Oh, it's time to get funky. The reviews of the week.
Welcome back. It is time for review of the week, or reviews of the week. So I'm going to review very quickly Resident Evil 2, and we're going to give our first impressions on Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yep.
So let's start with Kingdom Hearts 3. Jodie, never played the series before, coming into this cold, you have no idea what the heck is going on.
No.
Jodie, what was it like for you?
I mean, we've only played Olympus, and it was okay. I thought it would be a little bit better than it was, but I was like, alright, I can live with that. And, I mean, going around the city, I was like, yeah, whatever. Don't care. Like, don't know what's going on. Hercules pops up every now and then. Whatever.
This is the best review ever.
So then, he goes, oh, we've got to go up Mount Olympus. So he's climbing up the rock. You get to Mount Olympus. And then you literally walk in, and it's like walking into heaven. Like, literally, you had the doors at the top of the stairs. It's like what you think heaven's going to be like. You're walking up the stairs. I was like, this is sick. And we got in, and then just the detail looks pretty good, to be honest with you, compared to like some games I've seen. But when it's been in practice for 30, well, in training for 30 years, I can't think of the word. The way it's been in like program, I don't know that word.
In development.
In development, that's it.
It's not really, but
it's been 13 years.
It's been 13 years since the second one.
I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, I'm excited to play with other characters.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get to Toy Story and play with Woody and Buzz. Like, that's all I care about. Like, I'll be happy once that's finished.
Okay.
But I might never get there, that's the question. We never know.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But so far.
The thing is, this is kind of your first sort of RPG-ish. I mean, it's an action RPG, but it's your first sort of... I'm proud of you, Jodie, for... These are the games where you truly become a nerd, Jodie, and this is where you started off here, you're coming in. Now you need to just like, you get a bit of Final Fantasy down, you'll be fine, you get there and you'll start the time of your life.
I think this could put me on Final Fantasy.
No.
Because
No.
they've got this like stupid thing with the keys where it has like, you can have fire coming out of it, you can have water coming out of it, you can have such coming out of it. And it goes, oh, set up a shortcut for it. So you go, you set it up, you follow the rules. Shortcut didn't even work. It's not even there. So I'm like, I'll just go and do it the other way. And then you die so quick because like everyone's shooting you because you can't get a stupid water thing to come out fast enough.
You tried dodging.
I did try dodging, and that didn't work either because I was too busy trying
That's the
to
thing.
get
Your first experience, just take your time, learn the ropes, fine. You see, right, Kingdom Hearts for me is a series on paper I should love. It should be the best thing ever.
Yeah, it should be, Tim.
I got the PS4 Pro, which we unboxed and we put up on the channel, and you can go and check that out at your convenience. That's only the second time.
It's in the information card at the side because you can't find it on its own.
Like, I love the idea of it, but a lot of the time it's just, I don't know, there's something about it that I struggle to get into. I just struggle.
Okay.
I want to love it, and I do love it, but I don't. I'm not just that. I feel like I just need. There's a step that needs to be taken. Like with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, it took me 15 hours, but now I'm into it. And I love it. I hope it don't take me 15 hours to get into it on this one.
I really hope not.
Because that's half the game. So I would like to get into it more than. But yeah, I'm hoping that I'm just like probably going into it. I enjoyed what I played, but the start just went on forever. I just wanted to play the game.
It did.
But it was just like, you'd take 3 steps and there'd be a cutscene, and then you'd fight a couple of Heartless, and then you'd take a step and then be another cutscene, and just cutscene after cutscene. And I'm like, I literally looked at the timer at the end. I had played it for 45 minutes, and no joke, I must have played less than 10 minutes of actually playing the game. And I was like, losing my mind. And then there's just like random scenes of the woman coming down on Pegasus, and she's just annoying everybody.
Pegasus.
I said Pegasus?
And
I'm just like, he just comes in and she's just like, you're alright, you're doing alright, yeah, cool, you're doing sick. Who are these guys with you? Oh, they're my mates. Sweet. I'm going to go off on my horse, you have a good time. And I'm like, that cutscene didn't need to happen. Didn't even need to be there. Pointless conversation. Like, go away.
Did you watch
and on top of all that, hold on a minute, we're climbing up Mount Olympus. Get on the horse. Why can't the horse take me there?
But the worst thing is, right, part way up, Hercules just jumps on the horse and goes and makes you climb the rest of the way.
So he just goes up, he goes, you guys, scumbags, up you go, I'll see you at the
Well,
top.
he says that his family needs him and that we shouldn't.
Yeah,
go
the
up there.
family's at the top of the mountain, that's why.
I know, but then he says that we shouldn't go up there because it's his family, so he should sort it. And then we're like, no, we'll do it.
Oh, you're just giving us spoilers now. Spoilers that Hercules is a douchebag. Goodness sake, what the heck? I just want to point out for the American viewers out there, we learnt not that long ago that douchebag is a really bad word over there. It's not in the UK, so we continue to say it.
If you have a problem, leave a like rating, put a comment, and we'll get back to you.
No, we'll ignore it because we didn't say it anyway. So yeah, I am in terms of excitement levels of playing it, I'm at about 60 to 70%. But I have a long weekend ahead of me where I'm not working. So I've got Friday, Saturday, bit of Sunday, all Monday. I'm gonna try my best to get into this, Jodie. I'll be boss. I'm excited.
Sweet.
Either that or I'll just stop playing and play Resident Evil 2 again, or
No, you need to try Red Dead.
or Child of Light, which will be out for you now, which came out Friday. Awesome game, can't wait to play on the Switch.
Play the game, Tim. Play the game.
We'll see. Well, I've got to, because I've got the limited edition PS4 Pro, which is up on the channel now, which you can view at your convenience.
Yeah. And it'd be a waste of money if you didn't.
We also have the, did you know we've also got the Resident Evil 2 Collector's Edition, also sold out. We've also got that up on the channel to watch at your convenience too.
There you go.
So there you go. So that's Kingdom Hearts 3. Hopefully we'll have played significantly more for next week and we'll be able to give a more comprehensive review.
Yes.
But right now, just know, if you're only starting out, you've got a long road ahead of you before you actually play something. Resident Evil 2 time. I'm excited to talk about this. I'm not going to say I'm a massive fan of the Resident Evil series. I'm a massive fan of Resident Evil 4, as are a lot of people.
I've never played them, so I can't.
I'm also a fan of the Resident Evil light gun games that was on the Wii. So good. Definitely recommend playing. So they're called the Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles.
Oh.
And they kind of do, you know, like when you go to an arcade and you have the little guns and it takes you around and shoot.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that, basically. And there's also the Dark Side Chronicles, I believe. Those two games really good on the Wii. You can pick them up dirt cheap now, buy them and play. Good. So basically, there's those kind of few games that I'm into. I'm not really a fan of the first one. Not really, like the Resident Evil 5. I just felt that they were just going on over the top on the gore factor to just try and be like, we're so cool. We've got eyes coming out of people's mouths. But I'm not into that. Not into that, Jodie. I just want the classic good stuff.
It's not into that, guys.
And then Resident Evil 6 was just known as a poo game, to be honest. So, but Resident Evil Revelation's good. So I probably like about 3 or 4 Resident Evil games. The rest of them I'm like
3 out of 6.
more than that.
I don't know.
Spin-off games as well. You see, you always forget about the spin-off games. There's one on the Wii.
You're talking smooth if I can.
Yeah. No, nobody really cares, Jodie. That's the point. But somebody's got to care. But so there's a few. There's a very specific type of Resident Evil game that I like. So when they go off on making a different one, I'm like, nah. So that's why the ones on the 3DS and stuff were more like 4 and things like that. So that's why I like it. So now we've got that pointless information out of the way.
Yeah.
This one is more like Resident Evil 4 and stuff, which I like. It's a little bit more survival though, so you've got to watch your ammo and stuff more. But I was really surprised because I've never played Resident Evil 2 because this is the remake of it. I thought, because what happens in the first one is it's like there's this outbreak in a mansion, so it's all very confined. So Resident Evil 2 then takes place in a city, so I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be like crazy big, going to be exploring the city and all this. That's not the case. So you end up in a police station, and I'd say probably 50% of the game takes place in that police station. So there's a lot of backtracking. You find a key over here, you need to go back over in this corridor. But it's good.
No.
It's good, Jodie. I think it's good. And it's got there's little puzzle aspects to it, but it's this what I'd say, right, because we had concerns about the goriness factor last week. And so I was talking to you about that. Probably the first couple of hours, there's a fair bit of goriness in the just to paint a beautiful picture for you. One of the, at the start when you first get in the police station, you go into this. You're trying to find this police officer who's you've seen on the cameras. You go down this corridor and he's he's stuck behind this shutter. You pull up the shutter. You're like, he's like, help me out. So I'm like, oh yeah, of course I'll pull you out, mate. Pull you out, mate. So you grab his arm. You're trying to pull him out. So he's like this. And he's nearly out.
Oh, don't
sad times for him because then he starts going, and you're like, oh, poor guy. Then you pull him and you think you got him out. He's got no legs. like from here, just gone. They're like intestines coming out of it. It's not nice. It's not a pleasant experience. You can play it on the demo if you're interested. But the thing is, once you get past those 2 hours, and this is the case a lot of the time in these Resident Evil games, after the first 2 hours, and it's like the scariness part of it is kind of like, because there's only so many zombies you can see before you're like, it's not scary anymore. It just calms down and it gets into just good gameplay, good puzzles and stuff like that. So it's not like the goriness kind of just goes away a bit. There's still like zombies that trying to eat your face and stuff, but apart from that, it's like not that bad. So then it just moves on, and it probably like the main story you can finish in about 8 hours, which I really liked. On a lot of reviews, they were saying that it was too. They felt like it ended a bit too soon. Disagree completely. I felt like I was like, I'm getting to the point where I'm done with this game. It ended at a comfortable time. My favourite thing about it. Well, not favourite bit, but I pooed myself, Jodie. I don't get scared in games at all, or movies, don't bother me. But I pooed myself a little bit, right? So there's this guy called Tyrant.
Yeah.
Massive guy. He's just got like, he's like a zombie that's been programmed in a sense. But he's just got this white face and a trench coat and a hat. And there's a point in the police station where he just appears and he just follows you everywhere you go. And you just hear these footsteps, and if he gets you, he just like crushes your head. But the first time I saw him, because I'd never played it before, he came round the corner, and you have nowhere to go because he's coming down this corridor, and you go into a room that you have to go past him, so you have to kind of skirt past him. So he's coming in, I'm like, I need to kill this guy. Started shooting him, shot his hat off. He did not like that. He did not like that one bit. So I was like, it's one of those moments where you want to pick up the hat and put it back on his head and go, I'm sorry mate. Right. So I pegged it around, but it's like, as you're trying to, so basically everything turns this like frantic thing because he's coming for you. Yeah. So he probably chases you for about, I don't know, it depends how fast you do the puzzles after that, but you've got to progress the story for him to stop chasing you. And it's just like you're in the middle of a puzzle and you just hear the footsteps coming. So if you've got like surround sound headphones on or something, you can hear him coming and you're just like, I just need to move this bookcase so I can get in. And then you just turn around and he's just there, or he's just coming through the door. And you're like, and you have to peg it and run around the whole police station because he's chasing you. But the way he chases it, he just walks. Like he just walks like he knows, I'm going to crush your face, mate. So it gets a little bit annoying after a while, but it is good. And I've got to like, apart from those first 2 hours, it's just a really well done game, and it kind of shows you how a remake should be done. And I really love at the moment that we're getting these games that people grew up with and loved when they were younger, like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, and they're not just like up-resing it like we did in the PS3 era. It's just HD compilations, which meant nothing. But they're like proper remaking games from the ground up. Like this game really is nothing like the original Resident Evil 2. It's because it wasn't even like a third-person over-the-shoulder shooter. It was really weird, but it's just really good. So if you don't mind a little bit of gruesomeness at the start, I say a little bit excessive, and get past that, and you don't mind a bit of scariness, it's a really good game.
No, I can't deal with it, me. I'm that person. Do you see those gamers that play these games and they literally walk tiptoeing around? I'm one of them, and literally, like, a picture could pop out and I'd jump out my skin. That's how bad.
Ironically, there's an enemy that doesn't have any skin, so that works. So anyway, that'll be so. It's really good, and I think you can make it as scary or not scary as you want, because like the lighting in the game is incredible, because there'll be a lot of rooms where it's just pitch black and all you've got is your torch, but the lighting on it is just like makes the game look amazing. But if you could go really slow down the corridors and peek around the corners, or you can just peg it through. And if you don't want it to be scary, my advice, if you ever want to play a game but you're a bit scared, just run. If you just run into a room, it's like, oh, there's a zombie there, cool. Whereas if you creep it in, it's like, oh, and then there's just a face there. It's like, there's a face there. So just sprint into every situation. That's my advice. Good time. So in terms of a game score, positives, graphics are really good. Gameplay's really good. I think the length of the game is really good. Replayability is really good. I think I wish there was more that took place in the actual city and you got to explore a bit more rather than just a police station, a sewer, and a facility. I just spoiled the whole game for a lot of people, that's fine. Yeah. Bad points in terms of game. I don't really have that. that's it. Just a bit more exploration. Just I would of course, like we talked about before, I wish the Claire Redfield story was different. I just sort of would have liked a different perspective on what was going on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I would have liked that whole thing that she was stuck outside the fence. I would have liked to see like how she survived and everything. But there's even some emotional stuff in there, Jodie. There's a few emotional moments. I'm not going to spoil it, but at one point you meet this guy and hits you there, Jodie. It's really sad.
Tugs on the heartstrings.
It really does. I might spoil it for you later, Jodie, but it's sad. It's sad.
I haven't played, so it don't matter.
There you go. So in terms of game score, it gets a healthy 8.5 out of 10.
Nice.
In terms of morality score, it's difficult. I don't even feel like there's a lot. I don't feel like there's a lot of swearing. It's just mainly that gruesomeness.
Yeah.
And the eating of the face, or the neck more, and the. It's only. I'm pretty sure it's literally one time when you see the guy's guts going everywhere, which I was surprised, but I was expecting more of that. So, I'm gonna give it 3. Because if you see a guy's intestines, it's gonna be pretty low in it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty low. But like, there's not like as well. There's not like moments where you like the character you play as is a good guy and or good girl,
good.
and making healthy decisions, trying to save the world, stop people eating other people. Always positive.
I'll ask you later, don't matter. Is it a spoiler?
Alright, so we're going to move into our final section because our lights, I feel, are gone very dim.
Yeah.
Which means it's almost time to end the show. So we're going to move into our final section, which is Topic of the Week.
Topic of the Week.
Time for Topic of the Week, and as EA has finally lost in Belgium, soon in Algeria.
And then the UK. And then
Absolutely. So we're going to be talking about, Jodie, our perspective, which you might have guessed by now. But how do we feel? We can talk about specifically how do we feel about loot boxes, but also how do we feel about gambling being in games in general, and is it okay? What do you think, Jodie?
Anything below an 18 that has loot boxes in, or FIFA packs that you don't get anything in, is not okay.
So you think like if it was an 18 plus, it's all right?
Yeah, because
I mean,
you're allowed to gamble at 18 anyway.
And I think that's a solution that some people have suggested, and that's why FIFA wouldn't want that because they can't play 18 on that game. It would be bad times.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so that's my suggestion. What I feel, because once you're 18, you're basically allowed to do what you want these days.
Yeah.
So unless you're in a country where you got to be 21 to gamble, then make your game 21 and then gamble then.
It's a tricky one because I think like gambling in terms of is it moral? Well, that's probably not the best way to phrase it. In terms of like, is it biblically wrong? It's not very clear.
No.
And this is an argument that people have been, in terms of Christian circles, been arguing for years. I think a lot of us think that gambling's just wrong because of the repercussions that you see and how it destroys people's lives. But we actually see in the Bible people gambling. Like
Jesus flipped over tables and all sorts in the Bible.
I don't think that was a gambling moment though.
Oh no, it's Marky. Sorry. I was doing a Marky in the temple. Sorry. Wrong story.
I was like, you went, yeah, what he did was he played blackjack and he lost and he was like, no!
That's a Marky,
no, the
sorry.
disciples, they want, because after Judas is, there goes one of the lights, it's fine. After Judas betrays Jesus and all that, they need a new disciple, so they draw lots, which is essentially gambling. And they think they got the right person, I assume. So, there is occasions of gambling, which is actually okay. But then, so it's not one of those things where the Bible just goes, gambling's wrong. It's not as clear cut as that. But for me, gambling, it should just go away, in my opinion, because I just don't see how it's a good thing at all. Especially if you go to like a casino, somebody's so heavily rigged in the favour of the casino. So in terms of games, I think the thing that makes me sad about it in games, and I've thought about this more recently, is that gaming is supposed to just be like, to me, it's supposed to be like just sit down, relax, enjoy, like you enjoy a movie. Can you imagine if there was gambling in movies? You know what I mean? It's just supposed to be a time where it's just like you don't have to worry about anything. You just enjoy the experience or whatever, or you chat with other people.
Has gambling in it.
Yeah. but it's just like why it just feels like this thing. I think if it's just a digital thing, like real money's not involved, whatever, do what you want, you know what I mean? But in terms of like when it's involving real money, like we're talking about loot boxes and stuff, you're paying your own money to gamble to get something you want, and you can end up spending ridiculous. And people have, I think some developers have actually. I remember there was a developer that had a game that had loot boxes in it, a mobile game, and people were spending like they said somebody spent £100,000 on a mobile game and they literally felt that bad about it. They changed the model and took away the free to play thing and made people pay for the game up front. That's how bad it is. So people do spend ridiculous amounts of money. And I just think it's sad that something that's just supposed to be a relaxing, enjoyable experience. Maybe Resident Evil 2 isn't a relaxing, enjoyable, you know what I mean? But, you know, it just makes me sad that that is just shoehorned in to basically exploit people on something that's just supposed to be an enjoyment thing.
Yeah.
So that's what it is for me. So I'm like, I agree with what you're saying, like, it's the right by law, I guess, to put gambling in for games that are over 18, and then it's their decision to do that. But I just think this is kind of a thing where I'm just like, it just shouldn't. I don't think it should be there because it's a medium where we just get to enjoy, and it just takes that away. And the fact that it could ruin somebody's life is just kind of stupid, to be honest. So that's kind of where I'm at on it, and I just think it's unnecessary. Really, I don't see the problem in. There's a skin that you want, pay for it. That's why I don't really mind Fortnite. You know, some of the skins are like $20, but I'm like, you know exactly what you're getting. And you can choose to spend that or not, but you know what you're paying for. So if you want to spend $20 on a skin, that's your choice. But if you had to gamble for that, I just think that's ridiculous.
Oh no, definitely.
So,
yeah. As long as it's done responsibly. Yeah.
So there you go. Cool. So let us know anyway what you think. And if you want to protest with us to take loot boxes out of Algeria, put a comment in the comment section saying, save Algeria from loot boxes.
Hashtag save Algeria from loot boxes. Okay,
so that is
hashtag.
So the lights are going down, which means it is officially time to close the show. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you were dragged into this video, forced to watch it against your will, and you're thinking, I didn't want to watch any of that, why did I watch it? The reason is because someone forced you to. You are allowed, I give you permission to dislike the video. Please seek permission from your parents before disliking the video. That's what I'm saying. So please do that. If you want to see loads more like this, if you want to see the unboxing of the limited edition Kingdom Hearts 3 PS4 Pro, three times. So if you want to see the limited edition unboxing of the Kingdom Hearts 3, please hit that subscribe button. That's 4 times now. And also we've got the Resident Evil 2 rarely sold out limited edition, collector's edition of Resident Evil 2. I got all 3 of them in. So please hit that subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified of every new video. So if you didn't have that bell button on, when I put up the limited edition Kingdom Hearts 3 PS4 Pro video, you wouldn't have seen it, but now you can see it at your leisure.
You can.
I got it in 5 times, just like I said. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you. Very soon. Bye.